Hello and welcome. This is a character profile video for the class Raven. And what you're going to see in this video is all of her skills, the top 8 PVE and PVP skills I recommend, her enhancements, her player card, and a gameplay video so we can see what she can do. So without further ado, let's go ahead and show you Raven. Here we go. Okay, so if you're new to this video and haven't seen this skills page yet, I will introduce the way it works. On the far left is all of her skills. On the far right are the specials that go with each skill. The column next to the skills is charges, so that's how many times you can use the skill. And the MP is like magic points, so there's a bar below your health, and you can do it. It's a cost of 10 or 20, and when it's used up, you gotta wait for it to charge up. The next column is hits, how many times that skill will hit or can hit what you're fighting. And then the next one's damage PVE, so that's the percentages of damage that each skill does. And then next one PVP, so that's when you're fighting another player and their percentages and how much damage it does as well. So I do want to point out for her that she has a feature called Shards of Darkness. So around her, around where her spells are, her skills are, there'll be these little circles that have purple shards, and those are what they're talking about when you're looking at the specials. So I kind of highlighted anything that's a use of Shard of Darkness, like it creates one. Is highlighted in purple, and the red for super armor is in the legend, meaning that super armor does not occur or happen when you're in arena. So just want to point that out. So let's go ahead and move on to the top 8 PVE skills that I recommend. So I'll see you there. Here we go. Okay, so on this page, if this is the first time you've been here, the way it's organized is the same as the layout before for the skills, except I organized the player versus enemy into the highest damaging percentage skill, going all the way down. So Doom Vortex is your highest damaging skill, and then Shadow Eruption, and then Implosion, and so on. So what you're looking at when it comes to PvE is basically just what hits hard and what hits fast, so you can clear the monsters away as quick as possible. So like I said, this is only a recommendation. You don't have to do what I'm highlighting here, but I do encourage you to play around with it. Now that you know what hits the hardest, see which ones you like and stick with those. So for PvP it is different, and we're gonna check that out now, so I'll see you then. Alright, for PvP, here we go. So it looks like Doom Vortex and Wrath of Chaos are your first two hard-hitting skills, but they don't allow you to use super armor in the arena or Raminus or wherever you're at. So what I would recommend, this is just a recommendation, like I said, you don't have to follow this, but the third one, Implosion, does have super armor. So start out your rotation of skills against your opponent with Implosion, and then hit him with Doom Vortex, and then maybe if you try Doom Vortex and then come back and Implosion is ready, since you can use it twice, then maybe that would be the best way. Implosion, Doom Vortex, Implosion, then Wrath of Chaos, and so on, and just start to build up cycling super armor so that you're always protected. Now if you're wondering, well, what the heck is super armor, I will explain it on the further slides down there, so you know what the definition is and why it's so important to people who do PvP. So without further ado, let's go ahead, take a moment to look at this and see what you got for skills, and then let's go ahead and move on to her enhancements, and I'll see you there. Here we go. Alright, there is a lot of information to cover for her enhancements, so let's go ahead and start with it. On the far left, of course, are all of her skills. On the far right is all the branch damage connected to those skills and enhancements. And the way that I organize the center area is the first, second, and third columns are things that work for you, like give you something and definitely enhance you. The third column, I try to make that what happens to your opponent, whatever you're fighting. So their AP goes down, or they bleed and they have bleed damage, or their move speed is reduced. So that's usually the column that has the negative effects that occur to the person you're fighting. Now, why there's a lot to talk about is just take a moment to look at this, and it looks like the Pearl Abyss has given her, more defense, more range. It looks like they're trying to give her more cooldowns, but from all the character profile videos I've done, this one seems very special for Raven thus far. If you look at the first column, all the way down, that's a lot of extra skills that stack on top of what you normally have. And what I mean is, the first one, Miasma. You do Miasma, and when you unlock it, can have a bleed that stacks on top of that. And the ones that say Shard are a different, not so different, but another skill stacked on top. So what that means is when you're doing Implosion, then Shard will also, when you unlock it, there's a requirement, will also increase the distance while you're using a Shard of Darkness, and of course one Shard of Darkness is used. Soul Siphon, the next skill down, if you use that, then the extra skill will apply, where the target's AP will be minus 50 for 10 seconds, and of course one shard is used. So it's the enhancement page where you understand what these shards are used for, and it was the skills page that said, hey, whenever you use these skills, you're given a Shard of Darkness. So now you know where it's going to be used. It's for the enhancements on top of what you already have. So wanted to cover that and make sure that you understood how special she is from everyone else, since she has a Shard of Darkness system that nobody else has, unless maybe it's the Reaper, which is in her class, but like other classes like the Archmage or the Lupa or anyone else, they don't use Shards of Darkness. So that's what makes her special. So what we're going to do now is we're going to move on to the player card, and then we'll show you some gameplay footage. So without further ado, let's get to it. Here we go. Alright, so if this is the first time that you're seeing the player card, allow me to introduce it. It is the summation of all the other screens that you saw, all on one card. It's like a baseball card, that if you're familiar with my character profile videos, you can always come to this card if you're stressed for time and see what she has, like the new class that's come out, and see if you like this character, and this would be one that you want to play. So the way that this works is at the very top is the top 8 PVE and PVP, and to the right of that is something new that I put in. It's called Immobilization. So all of her skills, if they have something that immobilizes you, like stun, knockdown, or freeze, then I note it. But the one that I don't is knockback, only because the animation when you're knocked back gives you an ability to get out of the way. But if you're knocked down or knocked up and fall down, you'll need to spend animation to get up, and your opponent more than likely will get in 2 or 3 more hits on you before you're actually ready to dodge and get out of the way. So what you're looking at there is that she has 7 immobilizations. It doesn't look like Pearl Abyss gave her too many ways to immobilize, but did give her more than, I'd say, or at 50%. So use this to your advantage. Thank goodness she's got some super armor to protect her, and I did promise I was gonna give the definition for that. So below all this is her skills, and then below that is the enhancements. So let me go ahead and get to it. What is super armor? This means, and the definitions are at the bottom, so super armor. This means that incoming damage will be reduced and effects that immobilize you, like stun, knockdown, or freeze, will not happen for a duration of time. So this is why all the PvP people rotate super armor in all the attacks they do against you, so you can't stop them and then turn the tables. Now, I also give you the definition for forward guard if you have enhancements or skills or something that utilizes that. But this means that incoming damage will either be 0 or heavily reduced. So be aware of it and take a moment to look at this player card. And when you're ready, we will go on to the gameplay video and show you how she fights. So the music will be different, but be aware of that. But without further ado, let's show you the gameplay video. Here we go. Alright, welcome to the gameplay video. But before we get started, we need to show you where we're at. So without further ado, let's go ahead and scroll up there, go up there. We are over here in Balanos, and we are at Kron Castle entrance. And we're here because, well, we always like to be here, but their CP is 2519 and ours is 3220. I think she can handle herself. We have a auto path that we always set and location that we always fight. So without further ado, I'm gonna just have her go over there. We're gonna fight for about 3 minutes, and then I'll go to a town, do my outro, and say thank you. So without further ado, let's go ahead and show you what Raven can do. Here we go. Alright, it is just about time for us to return to a town. She's pretty dominating and powerful, isn't she? Here we go. So while the load screen is up, let me just take this moment to do my outro and say thank you. Thank you very much for watching this video. I certainly do hope you like all of the videos that I do. If you do, please subscribe, like, share, let me know if there's one that I can do for you, and I can work on that as well. So what we're going to do is just, move her over to a spot where we can showcase her. Still haven't found a really good spot, so I just stick with this area over here. Sorry for the lag too. One of these days I'll get a stronger PC. Yeah, this looks like it works. So thank you once again, and I hope you enjoyed the video. So you have yourself a wonderful night, and there it is. I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye now.